So we finally get to see Universe 2 in action, and with the exception of with the art track, who we really didn't see much from, the art track from Universe 2, we really haven't seen anything when it comes to Universe 2. We know Ribrianne was going to fight Vegeta, especially from the opening, but other than that, we didn't really know too much. So obviously, when we saw Rosie and Kakunza transform, so that we kind of figured that what that would be the case was kind of cool to see. And I'm wondering why those three are the only three that can transform. Why nobody from Universe 2 can transform? Because it seems that that's the case. Healy seems to have an affection for the power of love. It could, judging from what happened in this episode, it could do some damage. So I thought it was hilarious. But the first time they tried to transform, Android 17 immediately broke it up. So, and I don't think anybody from the protagonist side has ever done that in the Dragon Ball series. Maybe with the exception of Trunks when it came to Cell. But other than that, I don't think anybody's ever stopped at a transformation. So that was a neat little trick. And Brianne's response was hilarious before she transforms. Because obviously, I was kind of hoping we get to see what they can do in base mode, but I guess they can't really fight in base mode. So they transform. Goku's like, 17, back off, let him transform. And Beerus is getting pissed off because it's like, why are you encouraging for them to transform? It's like, yeah, okay. So first we had the whole thing with Caulifla. Now we got Goku allowing Universe 2 to probably the three strongest fighters to transform. I'm assuming that's the case, although you can't really be sure. And I guess that's one of the lessons you learn in this episode is looks aren't really everything in Dragon Ball. That's the case here. Obviously, Ribrianne seems to be the strongest fighter, of course. We don't know how Vegeta is going to match up to her, if that was just a one-and-done thing, because that didn't last very long, because we had them two going at it. And if you notice for that whole exchange, it looked like Ribrianne was having fun. So, and Vegeta was getting pissed off the more this kept on. And even Vegeta's like, this transformation isn't really for show after all. You are quite strong. And when she was actually transformed and she sent the love hearts everywhere around the arena, it was obviously just causing damage. But I think after that, it had some type of effect on the arena because Vegeta was acting very, very odd. Because obviously when he tried to launch Ribrianne, he was coming at Vegeta like a rubber ball, much like Super Buu did. So, but then Vegeta at the last split second decided to dodge the attack, and that attack literally sent into Jirasem from Universe 10 and eliminates him. So Universe 10 has another fight eliminated, and it's a shame because Jirasem was going to be matched up against Piccolo, even though I'm pretty sure Piccolo could have handled that one. So Jirasem's been eliminated. Universe 10 loses another fighter and approaches destruction even closer. A lot of people think they're going to be the next to go, especially if what we can see from the preview, Gohan's going to fight a fighter from Universe 10. I don't know. I think that's going to be the case. It looked like Jiren was also going to do something when Ribrianne was sending love hearts everywhere, but then Vegeta was the one that blasted through the hearts and almost got Ribrianne, but she dodged the attack. So obviously they can fight. It's a shame because Kakunza was the first to be eliminated. She did go blow for blow with 17, even though 17 was clearly trolling. I mean, that was the disappointing thing. It's like, with all these fighters in the tournament, they're hyping up. It seems like it's going to be a complete letdown, especially with what we saw with the Prize Troopers. So I'm not getting my hopes up on Universe 2. They could be a threat in the long run, especially if they do perform a fusion, and they have the perfect artillery to do that now because they're pissed off at 17. Another universe is pissed off at Universe 7. In this case, it's 17 because not only did he interrupt the transformation for the first time, but he eliminated Kakunza, and Ribrianne gets pissed off at the end of the episode. So, and that's pretty much where it leads off. So, it looks like they're going to have a brief conflict next week. But other than that, it looks like it's going to focus on Gohan, which I have no problem whatsoever. Gohan's finally powering up. So Gohan's another fighter who's powered up. Frieza's the only person who hasn't done that yet, so he's being very smart about this. And I'm hoping we get to see what Piccolo can do, but we'll see how things play itself out. We actually got, and I like this because we actually get to see more personality from Healy's, the female-looking guard of destruction from Universe 2, and it's funny because I believe the Kaioshin and her have like a love and story relationship because they were hanging on, especially when Vikel, the female wing fighter from Universe 2, came in to save Kakunza because she literally got kicked into, almost got eliminated. Vikel comes in, she throws Kakunza back into 17's weight, and they actually do land a hit even though it doesn't do any damage. So I thought that was cute teamwork. But obviously there was a cute scene with the two where they're embracing each other. So is that the first female parent in the series with the exception of Kale and Caulifla, which hasn't been confirmed, but that's the vibe I got. And the thing that just topped off for me was the way that Beerus and Sharper were both reacting, both saying the same thing, like, what the hell is this? Get this love crap out of the way. And you got Krillin saying, oh, it's back before because they were cute before they transformed. Well, that seems to be the case in Dragon Ball. So appearance can be deceiving, and it looked like Master Roshi really did get over his pervertedness because he wasn't nosebleeding up the ass like he usually would have been in OG Dragon Ball. So that's kind of cute. I don't know how long it's going to last though, really. And if Universe 7 are going to lose another fighter, who do you think is going to be next to go? So, like I said, it looked like Jiren's going to do something. We get to see Toppo in the mix because he was pissed off at 17 when he interrupted the transformation. I don't know why. So that's an interest. I guess because it's the power of justice, right? So I thought Toppo was going to fight 17. I would have liked to see that, but I guess not. And Toppo, by the end, after they transformed, was blushing up the ass. So that's kind of neat to see more from his character development. And we're going to see more of Toppo, I'm assuming. There's a bet that he's going to be in the long run. When it comes to like the total power, I believe there's 39 minutes left in the total power, so that's going to be key. That's going to be a crucial element, obviously, in the final stages of the total power. I think we can all agree now is the time where fodder are pretty much out of the way, and we got only the strongest are going to survive from here on in. There's a point in time after when 17 got hit with Kakunza, 18 approached him like, yo, you need a hand with this? And 17's like, no, I'm good. He eliminates both Vikel and Kakunza. So I guess we're going to see what Rubian can do when she's pissed off. So other than that, I enjoyed this episode. I'm going to be honest, I kind of preferred last week's episode, but obviously we're going to have to wait and see what Universe 2 can do. And again, that fight with Vegeta and Rubian was kind of cut short because she approached 17 very casually, but then Vegeta did dodge an attack. So obviously this is a battle royal. It's going to focus on Gohan next, so that should be good. So that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. Like this review if you did, appreciate that. Comment down your thoughts about what you think is going to happen next. Lend your predictions without saying anything spoilish. So subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball Super. Catch you guys later.